Today is Tuesday, April 2nd, 2019. It's 4:11 p.m. I'm calling Leanna Schaefer, Senator Kevin Daley's assistant.
Senator Daley's office.
Hi, I was trying to reach Leanna Schaefer.
Yep, so Leanna is out of the office today. Can I take a message?
Will she be in tomorrow?
She will not. She's actually out this
Is there anybody else that could help me?
possibly. What is it that you're looking for?
I sent Senator Daley a urgent message regarding a situation that I've got of life or death. Leanna Schaefer told me to write something simple. I can't do it because it's just too complicated. I sent her a letter yesterday. I sent her a letter on 3/29, and I need Senator Daley to understand my situation is life or death.
Mr. Okay, yeah, I've got the email.
Is this Senator Daley?
No. My name is Matt.
Okay.
Leanna sent me the email this morning that you've given us your privacy release.
Right.
And so she sent that back to me, and that allows me to start contacting our different department heads.
So do me a favor then. Don't talk to those people, because when you're talking to them, you're talking to the rapists. And what you got to do is you got to take a look at the 33 videos that I sent you, copies, video recordings of the employees that actually have abused me. I don't. It's just like I applied to the Department of Civil Rights August of 2017 issues. Regarding my inability to accept work. I'm a disabled 67-year-old retiree that wants to work, and I was forced not to work in 2016. I applied to the Department of Civil Rights. They sat on my case for a year and a half. I forwarded in August. I forwarded a request to forward a $15,000 court of claims case against DHH workers that destroyed my house. The civil rights worker that had my case lost it. He lost all my files, and when I complained on December 27th, he closed my file, saying that after a thorough investigation there was no crime. Now I have to fight him. I'm fighting multiple battles. In the meantime, I've got a house with no running water. I have no way of getting food, and I'm being ignored. I had a case. I applied for. I went to a hearing on January 7th with the MAHS judge, and she defaulted on the case because she refused to allow me my 32 witnesses that I brought remotely. She refused any of my evidence that I provided to DHHS in before the hearing. I don't know what that hearing was all about. It didn't accomplish anything. And at the end, she denied me everything, and she threw me out of the hearing. I went to the lobby to sit down, and a police officer followed me out and said, "Get up, get out, and go home. We're following you." I've been trying to file a police report against that officer ever since. No one will take that. The Adult Protective Services agent, Elaine Stoutenberg, I've been calling for the DHHS crisis hotline for over 3 months trying to get help, and she lied to the DHHS crisis hotline, saying that I'm in no danger because I've got a grocery store right across the street, which is a lie. And I've complained to the Adult Protective Services agent, their supervisor. I sent you copies of my letters to these people, and they've ignored me. And the Adult Protective Services supervisor said as well, "What do you want us to do? Where do we go from here?" They can't deny it. One thing, I sent 33 video. These are your people, your government agents, making it impossible for me to survive. If you go to them, they're going to tell you they did nothing wrong. I'm showing you video evidence they did. And if I can't get justice, that's why I put it on the internet. I'm trying my best to get my situation resolved with the state of Michigan, but the state of Michigan is only offering me nothing but death. And I can't do it. And if I can't get it resolved with you or state senator or from my legislator Gary Howell, who had me thrown out of his August 2018 town hall meeting, saying that I got to go to the proper authorities. I've been going to the proper authorities over and over, and it's just been ignored. That's why I've got 33 videos. Either I get some kind of response, or I'm going to put them on public on YouTube, social media, and I'm going to try to petition Governor Whitner to fix my house and fire everybody that caused the situation to make my life totally, I can't survive. That's where I'm at, sir.
And I have all of that information, but there's nothing that this office can do without working through those.
Okay, we'll work through those, but the thing is, you got to look at that's the thing. The Department of Civil Rights, this guy did nothing on my case for a year and a half. Then when I finally complained in August, he started investigating DHHS. He went straight to them. They gave him a bunch of phony responses, and he said that he was going to do this investigation. I sent him a complete rebuttal to everything that he questioned, and then he lost it. I can't do it. I can't. I'm trying to act as my own attorney, and I can't do it. do it. It's impossible. There is no law in the state of Michigan. If I can't represent myself as my own attorney, I sent on January 7th, when they defaulted on that hearing, I sent the MAHS judge, I sent her a 174-page document that they lost on 2/20, and then I sent her another document on 3/6. Now, then she's telling me that I've got to wait 60 days after that to decide if they're going to give me another hearing when their judge defaulted on it in the first place. I have never been able to, in a court of law, been able to get my issues resolved whatsoever. And you also have to look at, sir, that's DHHS workers committed Social Security fraud on me. And if you don't believe it, what you got to do is you got to go to my video and you got to listen to Social Security telling me that. And what they said is I have to go down to Social Security and file a complaint. And I've been asking under ADA guidelines, a reasonable request for transportation for public services is a service that a disabled senior citizen should be able to have. I've been asking DHHS and Adult Protective Services that since April and for a year for transportation, and they've been ignoring me. I asked the Department of Civil Rights, who is supposed to intervene in issues of that nature. I wanted to file a complaint. He ignored me. I've gone to every department, every agency, and it's impossible to do it yourself. That's why what you need to do is don't listen to just them. You have to listen to those 33 videos. I can't get police help. I tried to complain. The MAHS judge told me to file a complaint with local law enforcement. I called local law enforcement, which is Elmont Police, and I said, this lady lied. This Adult Protective Services agent lied and said that I'm in no danger because I got a grocery store right across the street. They refused to take my complaint. I tried to file a complaint. I made a video of the Adult Protective Services guy coming to my house on December 19th. He was going to investigate my house, investigate my issue, and get me a safety. It turned out he would refuse to take my Adult Protective Services complaint against Elaine Stoutenberg for lying and telling him that I've got a grocery store across the street. He didn't do anything for me, and it turned out where all he says, well, I got some brochures for you, and I'm going to leave. And when I started complaining, the Elmont policeman went for his gun as these three idiots ran out the door. And I asked them, where did you bring me any water? And they said, no, we can't do anything for you. Take a look at that video too, because I've got that I've got it on YouTube right now, but it's not public. I'm not trying to promote it. All I want is I need the ability to work, and I need the ability to survive. I'm not going to be murdered. I'm a 67-year-old lifelong Michigan resident, and I am not going to be murdered by my own government, sir.
Oh, I agree. You shouldn't have to do that. We have the information, and I'm trying to go through
just
it all.
What you got to do, and it's shocking. It's shocking. It's hours and hours and hours of videos of people dropping the ball, doing nothing. How can and this? I want these Adult Protective Services agents fired. I had a chance since 2016. I had a job offer. I had a chance to move to a warm climate on doctor's orders. I tried every way possible to make that happen, and the state of Michigan made it impossible. They said that I owe almost $6,000 in 16-year-old driver's responsibility fees that they've since rescinded. And my state legislator who bragged about it, Gary Powell, said I fought hard for that driver responsibility fees, but I've been chasing him since 2017, and I attended his meeting in 2018 in August, and he had me thrown out. So he told me that I got to go to the proper authorities. That's why go look at that video too. You tell me what am I getting for, and then I go to try to fight my taxes. I don't want to pay taxes, and they're telling me, you got to pay taxes, even though the Elmont police won't protect me and the Elmont post office won't give me my mail, but they're telling me that I got to pay taxes. And I can't take anymore. I can't. I've been without running water since November 2017. How long could you live like that, sir? I'm disabled. I can't. I have no way of getting. I have no legal transportation. I have no way of getting food, and people are just ignoring me until I die.
Well, we're not ignoring.
Please look at every one of those videos, sir, because I'm only doing that. I'm trying to help. I'm a lifelong Michigan resident, sir, and this is no way to treat American or Michigan residents. We've got bad government that needs to be fixed, and it comes down to DHHS and Lapeer County is completely corrupt. Those people destroyed my house. They sent in their buddy. I gave them 4 estimates. They wouldn't refuse to allow me the other 3 guys. These guys were bums that were going out of business. They improperly installed a water heater. I fired them before they even started the install because they wouldn't agree to do it improperly. They left and they came back saying DHHS gave us the approval, we'll do it correctly, and they started working on it when all they did is part of it, and they said we're done, and I said wait a minute, what about everything else? They said sorry, and walked out the door. I complained to DHHS ever since, and they've ignored me. This the first thing it did is it leaked within a couple of months. They ignored me for 2.5 months and let me be without running water until I complained so much they finally sent the plumber back out in August, and with the DHHS or with the Adult Protective Services worker that witnessed them. I told him fix this thing right or it's going to leak again. The plumber refused to do it. My Adult Protective Services agent told me, well, you could sue the state because I had all this damage and water damage, and he said he would take me to the police, the Elmont police that day, and then he changed his mind. He said, well, I'll have to take you some other day. Then he put me off for a month. Then he said, well, I'm not taking you. You're gonna have to go on your own. And then when I found my house leaked again in November, and I called DHHS and also my Adult Protective Services agents, they ignored me. Then that's when I reached out to Senator Green. I made a complaint. I asked for their files under Freedom of Information Act, both Adult Protective Services and DHHS, they ignored me. They've ignored me ever since. I've never gotten their files. How can they do that? That's against the law. That according to what I've read, that their department that carries punitive damages for ignoring me. I don't know if you know that, but that's what I've read.
I don't know. I know that the legislature itself is not subject to FOIA, but the individual departments I'm not aware of. So we haven't received any FOIA requests in this office.
No, I'm talking about DHHS and Adult Protective Services. Yeah, the thing is, I asked them for that in November of 2017, and they never responded. That's when I contacted Senator Green, and what he did is he helped me out with civil rights, because civil rights, I applied for them in August of 2017, and then the lady didn't understand my claim and she dismissed me twice, so I complained, and then the lady said, some other lady sent me a form and made it impossible, and an impossible time frame to send it back, and she dismissed my case. When I had copies of the postal mail, and when I complained to Senator Green, and Senator Green got them back involved. So then in January, the Civil Rights Department opened up a new case. They said, yeah, we do think that you have a civil rights violations, because I have a right to work. I'm 67 years old. I wanted to work in the state of Michigan, made it impossible to do it, and they sat on my case, this Department of Civil Rights, until August, and I sent them all this paperwork, including a $15,000 court of claims case that I asked them to forward to the department that against the DHHS workers and Adult Protective Services workers that harm me, and he lost it or ignored it. And then when I asked him in December, that's the same day that I asked him, what did you do with my court of claims case, all of a sudden he dismissed my case, and then he was supposed to send me a thorough explanation, and I never got it. And that's just another department that I'm chasing. And in the meantime, I'm without water, I'm disabled, and without a way of even getting cat food or toilet paper.
Okay. I have everything,
okay.
And we're not ignoring you. I promise.
Please understand, sir. How long could you last like this? You got to look at these videos. I mean, this is ridiculous. In August, I'm begging my state legislator. He's telling me, you got to go to the proper authorities. Then when I go to my tag, I don't want to pay taxes. Why would I pay taxes to be murdered? And they're telling me, well, you got to contact your state legislator, Gary Howell. And I've been chasing him too. He won't return my phone calls. Nobody will. But that's all I'm asking for, sir. As long as I need somebody in authority there's got to be somebody sane in this in Michigan government. That's all I'm looking for. That's all I'm looking for. I've got a case. I wouldn't have 33 videos and 174 pages of legal precedents that the MAHS judge is ignoring. When I went in January 7th, when I went to their hearing, they set me up. They gave me 3 days notice. Didn't expect me to be there. And when I showed up, they didn't know what to say. They didn't have any of my issues. And when they threw me out, I immediately tried to reopen the case, and they've been jerking me around since then. And this MAHS justice, when I sent her that 174 pages, she can't refute anything. That's why they're telling me that they need 60 days. They've got 60 days to review my case. But the last hearing took 3 days. They're just trying to put me off, knowing that I can't survive. Everybody's doing that. How long could you live without food or water and break your leg and stick you in a tin can? I live in a mobile home that's totally my floors are falling in. Take a look at the December 19th video of Dave Lynch, the Protective Services officer, coming in, and I told him to look at anything you want, but get me out of here. This house is destroyed. And in the meantime, all the Elmont police do is they come and I call and make a complaint, and they look around my house. I had a hose laying out in the backyard that my neighbor was letting me fill up jugs of water, and they said, well, you got water, you must have running water, so we're closing our case. So no matter when I call anybody, no one will help me. No, I've asked for water to survive. They won't bring me water to survive. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to survive? Try living without water for a few weeks. Try living in I've lived that way since November 7th of 2017. I've tried every way possible. I can't do it anymore. This is torture, sir. I hope you understand that.
I'm listening to you.
Do you know how long it would be before you can get back with me about something, anything? I want to file a complaint. I want to file complaints against every one of these Adult Protective Services agents, including this agent that I wrote to, and you have copies of everything. I just sent her an email explaining everything, what went on, and she sent me another email, Marie Shiplet. She's a program manager of Adult Protective Services, asking me goofy questions that I don't even understand. So now I got to chase her. All she's trying to do, when you take a look at her email that I sent to Marie Ship, it's very clear. It explains all my issues that I have with every one of her Adult Protective Services agents that I caught red-handed. And the best she can say is, well, what would you want? What do you want to accomplish with this? So, I mean, she can't say anything. Instead of stepping up and saying, hey, we'll fix this. Let me get you some water right away. They're just trying to jerk me around. What that Elaine Stoutenberg did is criminal. How could she tell? Go listen to the emergency hotline, the DHHS crisis hotline. The last time I called, the woman took all my information. I said, "I'll bet you I'll never hear from anybody." And oh no, we're going to jump on this right away. And when she hung up, she said, "Hey, did you guys hear what just happened?" This woman laughed at me. In the DHHS crisis line, this woman, I'm begging her for help, and this woman's laughing at me. Now listen to that. You got to listen to that. Don't go to her. She's going to tell, "Oh yeah, we took care of it. We handled it." Do you see what I'm going through? I'm not lying. That's why it's unbelievable. That's why I bought video software so I could record this stuff and get documentation, because I couldn't believe it. This is not America. What kind of country would do that? I could go to Russia and get better service, or China. I'm being murdered by my own state.
Well, you should. I hope that I can start getting some answers from folks.
Just look at every.
So I won't. I'm not going to talk to the people that you had to deal with. I will be talking to people at the state. I will be talking to different people, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm not going to, call these people that are just going to tell me, "No, we took care of everything." I'm going to be talking to their bosses.
So what you got to do, what you have to do, and this is no kidding, they lied. The Adult Protective Services agent lied to she lied to the Almont Police. The DHHS workers lied to the Michigan State Police. I have proof. I sent you. I've got proof of that. I sent you proof. They told the DHHS lied to the in May of 2008, lied to Michigan State Policeman Matthew Lehman, and they said they fixed my roof and my water heater, and then I'm all set. So he sent me an email. "Hey, I understand everything's all set, and good luck, bye." And when I complained, they ignored me. Then I went and I got so mad, I went and tried to file another complaint with the Michigan State. I went right into the Michigan State Police post, and what they're doing is they're just covering up for corrupt Lapeer government. They went in and they said, "Oh yeah, we did a thorough investigation and there's nothing wrong." I said, "Put it in writing." No one would put anything in writing. I said, they said, "Well, you can contact Mike Sharkey, the prosecuting attorney." That when I contacted him, he didn't even have my file. He said, "We don't know what you're talking about." And then I got scared, because I catch them lying to the police, and the police are covering it up. And I got scared. They're lying to the Almont Police. They're lying to the Michigan State Police, and no one will do anything. That's when I really got scared. I was afraid that somebody's going to, if I walk out the door, somebody's going to say that I pulled a butter knife or something. I shouldn't have to be afraid of my own police, should I? But this is the truth.
No.
And I hope you understand, sir, I wouldn't have 174 pages of legal precedents and 33 videos if I didn't have some truth to it that no one will deny. No one will put anything in writing. You have to look at my Social Security. They stole money out of my Social Security account, and that's another reason that they're keeping their mouth shut. They got caught. They jerking around Social Security, and I have proof of that too. And they won't deny anything. And I have proof of my Adult Protective Services agent coming to my house twice. I got 2 videos of it. Steve Atkinson came on 6/9/2017 and also 8/31/2017. I asked him both times. I want my Social Security issues resolved. He ignored me. I've got all this proof. That's why what's been so frustrating is that I can't find anybody that will look at my proof, Matthew.
Well, I have it all, and I'm going to be looking at it, and hopefully, we'll be able to talk later this week.
Ask somebody to bring me some water. I mean, this is ridiculous. I can't even get them to bring me water. They won't fix my house. All they would have to do is fix their damage. They screwed up. They sent in bums that were going out of business. They were with some buddy of theirs. They wouldn't allow it to be a competitive bid. They were 37% over market rates. It was done improperly right from the start. The guy didn't even come out to see the job. It was a complete botched job. I complained right from the start. I have evidence. They don't, and they've been ignoring it ever since 2017. And that's why it's so many pages. They destroyed my house. They won't be responsible for it. All I want is I want my house repaired, and I want the ability to work to survive. That's all I want. I'm no criminal, and I don't deserve to be put to death for no crime. All I ask is you look at my evidence. I need help from some honest politicians from the state of Michigan who are making it impossible for me to survive.
Well,
okay, make sure that you got every one of those. I got more videos now, even more now, because I'm publishing everything that I got. I've asked. I said I don't want to go through this. I don't want a big social media fight. But I said. Either I get my issues resolved, or I'm going on social media. I'll blast this all over the world and show how corrupt Michigan government is murdering disabled senior citizens, because that's exactly what's happening.
I have everything that you sent out.
Okay. Okay. Are we all set then, Matthew? Could you see if you can get anybody to bring me some water?
I can try.
Okay, I really appreciate it. And if I'm going to keep forwarding your office and all contacts of all these people that I'm trying to contact, because no one will respond to me. And I want proof. That's what I've got. I've been writing to Senator Green ever since November 2017. Just he's my witness that if all you have to do is go back into his email box, and you'll find that I've been writing to all these people that have been ignoring me, and I did that, so I have witnesses.
Yeah, so I should be able to contact his old staff and be able to get it.
Okay. Well, listen, I really appreciate your time, Matthew, and any help would be sorely appreciated.
Yep. No. Absolutely. And like I said, I'll be working.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
You too. Bye now.